So guys, the southwest and the north have been having some form of buzz. This is coming after the Sultan of Sokoto supported, the establishment of Sharia courts in the southwest in Yoruba land. So the Sultan is saying, let there be Sharia courts in southwest.
I have seen a level of kind of disagreements, including insults upon insults between the Muslim Ronukus as well as the traditional Ronukus. The Yorubas, they are Yorubas, okay? The Ronukus are Yorubas, kind of like majority of them. So the Sultan of Sokoto has released a statement because in Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto is believed to be the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria by the settings, by the arrangement. So, and because they are the ones who kind of wrote the Nigeria Constitution, they ensured that for more than 40 times, Sharia was mentioned in Nigeria 1999 Constitution as amended now. All right? To the point that Nigeria is a country where they have two laws, one for the North and one for the rest of us in Nigeria.
Guess what? Gone are those days when people think Sharia is just meant for the North. I mean, the wave of Sharia is taking over the entire country, because even in the southeast, there is currently a call for Sharia to be established there. So take a look at this headline, and it says Sultan backs Sharia panels in southwest, supports Muslim arbitration courts for Ekiti, Oyo amidst opposition. And then the southwest, they've all bashed out at the Sultan. Like this other headline says, keep Sharia law in Sokoto, other northern states where it has worsened suffering. It's alien to Yoruba society, group replies Sultan. So this group is telling Sultan, we don't know anything about Sharia law. Just keep it for your people. Don't dare bring it to us. Don't forget that the governor of Ogun State has said Sharia court, Sharia law in Ogun State is illegal. But still, the North is pushing for it. I mean, they want it. And this other headline says, let Sharia law remain in northern states. Yoruba group tells Sultan of Sokoto. So guys, this thing is real. It's going to even shock you that they are now, clamoring for it to be established in the southeast. I mean, let me read this headline for you to see. This other headline says, Northern Fulani Muslims demand Sharia police and courts in southeast. The information reaching all states that the Fulani Northern Muslims residing in the east are complaining that they are being mistreated in police stations across southeast. According to them, whenever they are taken to a police station in the southeast, they are not treated according to their beliefs. Rather, they are being mistreated. Therefore, they are demanding their own Sharia law and police in the southeast so they can be treated according to the laws of Islam. You see the reason for them asking for a Sharia court in the southeast. So it went ahead to say, this means that once a northerner commits a crime in the southeast, they won't be taken to the police station. They will be handled by Sharia police and court right in the southeast. They said that this is already established in the southwest, that's in Yoruba land, and should be replicated in the southeast. The Fulani oligarchy has been pushing for this for a very long time. President Tinubu has already given a nod to this because of his second-term ambition. Also, the Imo State governor might be the first to embrace this, as he has been working to implement whatever the Fulani people present to him. So, these are some of the things going on, and people are saying, how dare you bring Sharia law? Sharia rejecting it. And the most, the one that is really a kind of raising some form of dust is Tinubu being silent. People are saying that possibly, like this headline, one of the articles I just read said that he has exchanged it for his second term bid. That possibly is what he agreed with the North, that for them to give him second term, he will allow them establish Sharia courts in the southwest. So people are wondering why Tinubu is silent over this matter. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video from Mayegun. Just take a look and see how Mayegun analyzed this. Take a look.
So the idea of pushing for Sharia in criminal and penal code of Yoruba land has been resisted. So in the last few weeks, they sponsored some Islamic fanatics in Yoruba land to begin to push the idea that Sharia must be established in Yoruba land, apart from the normal, customary and conventional courts for everybody. According to the proponent of this Sharia, what have you, in Oyo State, they wanted to start what they call the Sharia courts. And in Lagos State, they want a Sharia court. Across Yoruba land, they want Sharia court. But they have met a serious resistance from the majority of Yorubas, including Yoruba Muslims, who are saying that in Yoruba land, the Muslims, the Christians, and the other religions, they are coexisting under the current existing penal code as well as the criminal code of Nigeria. There is no religious court in any part of Yoruba land, not like the northern Nigeria, where they have Islamic courts called Sharia courts. They also have Islamic police called Isba police, in northern Nigeria. And, from the experience, a lot of us from the southern part of Nigeria have become, especially the southwest, we have seen the damages, of using the political Sharia in Nigeria, where the criminal politicians from northern part of Nigeria are allowed to loot. They are allowed to commit all kinds of crimes, including drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and what have you. But the poor people have become the victims. They have been those, their Sharia law has been somehow like forced on. We have seen them sentence people to death. They have sentenced the people to have their hands chopped off. They have sentenced people to public lashing. We have seen them threaten people. We have also seen their mob, in the name of Allah, burn somebody to death, beheaded the other, or stone somebody to death in the name of blasphemy. So all this kind of thing today, they have made us, especially in Yoruba land, to say no. And saying no is not because the Yorubas are not acceptance or they are intolerance of Islam. No. So this is what they have been pushing. So their Sultan of Sokoto released this statement. Let me read it in parts. Okay? They call it leave and let live, according to the Sultan of Sokoto. So in parts, he said, give me a circle. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, under the leadership of its President General and the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Mohammed Sahad Abubakar, CFR, is particularly disturbed about the high spate of intolerance and disregard for the rights of Muslims. You didn't hear him? He said, especially in the southern part of the country. The most recent of this is the development emanating from Ekiti State, where the effort of the Muslim community to set up an independent Sharia arbitration panel was met with unwarranted resistance and objections from both political and traditional quarters. This is coming barely a few weeks after the announcement on the inauguration of a Sharia panel in Oyo State, generated unnecessary anxiety, thereby leading to its indefinite postponement. The Independent Arbitration Panel, which is a voluntary platform designed solely for the resolution of civil and marital disputes among consenting Muslims, was to fill the inexplicable vacuum created by the failure of the political elite in southwestern Nigeria to establish Sharia courts, as allowed by the Nigerian constitution in southwestern states, despite the huge population of Muslims in the region. This is the Sultan of Sokoto inciting Islamic wahala in Yoruba land. Are you following? This and other cases, such as the denial of the right of female students to wear the hijab, despite a Supreme Court judgment, are nothing but calculated attempts to prevent Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Are you hearing that now? The Sultan of Sokoto said it is to prevent the Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Sultan of Sokoto is inciting Islamic war in Yoruba land. You follow? Said meanwhile, arbitration and the Sharia Court of Appeal, just like the customary Court of Appeal, which all of them are provided for in the 1999 Constitution as amended of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 275, confirming the legality of both initiatives. The NSCIA strongly supports the establishment of independent Sharia arbitration panel in Ekiti and Oyo. Ogun killed this Sultan of Sokoto for the purpose so intended, especially where the Muslims in the state have been denied their constitutional right to a Sharia court of appeal in all the states of the southwestern Nigeria. The council cannot find any legal jurisdiction for the unnecessary alarm and unwarranted resistance. All the states in the north have Sharia courts, and some, in addition, have customary courts. The council calls on the governors and traditional authorities in the southern part of the country, particularly the southwest, to ensure that the constitutional rights of Muslims in their respective domains are preserved and protected. While others are allowed to live, Muslims should also be let live. You see now, this is what the Ronukus have been reacting to. Say now, Ogun go kill this Sultan of Sokoto. Alaye Sultan of Sokoto, what do you mean that the Muslims are not being allowed to practice their religion? Shebi Sharia is for Muslim, abi? Customary court, did they tell you that customary court is a Christian court? Abi na Babalawo court. It is the local traditional court where the disputes about marriage, about land and what have you are settled, right? Do you see the problem now? Yorubas were not invited to the drafting of 1999 constitution. Igbos were never invited. Southern Nigeria, Northern Nigeria were never invited. Fulanis selected the people that would write them in their midst of their elite to set up a constitution, and they forced it on the rest of us in 1989. Since then, it has been cut and paste constitution, most plastered, edited, fake constitution in the history of Nigeria since 1999. The Yorubas did not vote for 1999 constitution. The Igbos did not vote for 1999 constitution. Those who put Sharia inside it, what they are practically saying is that according to the law of Nigeria, normal, you get, there must be Sharia court in the east. There must be Sharia court in the middle belt. There must be Sharia court all over Nigeria. Anywhere you see Muslim, there must be Sharia court for them. They cannot use the same court as others because they are Muslims. They have their own set rules, set laws, and therefore they must be allowed because under their freedom of religion. There is nothing that says that they have to set up the Babalawo's court. There is nothing in that constitution that says that they must set up a Christian court. But there is something there that says that they must set up Sharia courts as well as customary courts in Nigeria. Now, those who drafted that nonsense constitution, right? They practically have the Northern Nigeria in mind because they know that they will ask for Sharia because they claim to be Muslims, Islamic in the north. The southern part of Nigeria is expected to have customary courts. Here you get now. But what the Sultan of Sokoto is saying is that according to your constitution, that Sharia court didn't say specifically that it must be for the north. It says there must be Sharia court across Nigeria. That is where the Ronukus have now started saying, what do you call yourself, Mr. Sultan of Sokoto? The Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs. Benny, your Islamic affair or no Islamic affair, or whether you are the leader of, this one, they gave you the title of the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria. Baba, if I say, you the Madu, you are the leader of the Muslims in northern Nigeria, and you, Okoja, what do you call that place? Sokoto, Katsina, northern Kaduna, part of Adamawa, part of Borno, then come back to part of Niger. Alaye, your Sultan or Sultan of Sokoto for Muslim, Munko, you know, reach Yoruba land. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. But guess what? The Ronukus of southern Nigeria, who are Kasimu of Yoruba land, they are now telling anybody who cares, everyone that cares to listen, that the Sultan of Sokoto is their leader. Let me tell you something. For all of us Muslim, Sultan of Sokoto is our leader. If he says that whatever he says, we obey. So since yesterday, Baba, it has been the fight between them. Again, if you have been active online, you probably would have seen a few of them. Every layer, left, right, and center. If they burn your Satan, we are being called out to Yoruba land. You see that bed sheet with the head, That bedsheet, they go wrap them. They go take wrap them back. I tell you, my Yuri Satan from left to right. Talk about unwrap that bedsheet on his head. Sure you get. Ni just Satan you go. I was like, sure, Nisuru. Sure you get. Everybody shall calm down. Yoruba says we don't want Sharia. Muslims of Yoruba land, those ones who are not the Omoales, those ones who believe that their own culture and tradition is inferior to their religion. Those ones who are not trying to put one above the other, those who have been coexisting for centuries. Is it up to centuries now? 100 years is century, Abi. 200 years. And now, Muslims and Christians and the other, religions in Yoruba land have been coexisting. So we don't need Sharia in order to be able to live or practice our religion, or anybody practicing their religion in southern Nigeria. Is it by force? Sultan of Joko, is it by force? These are the reactions of people that I have seen. And indeed, I endorse the message. You get me now?
So guys, I don't know what you make of what is happening in the Southwest. What do you think? The establishment of Sharia law in the Southwest is no longer a hidden thing. I mean, everybody has come to know that the Southwest is in danger of being Islamized. And the way they are going about it, there's no seriousness. Tinubu is doing nothing because of second term. Hi! Power. Hey, power can be so sweet too. These people, once they taste power, they are not willing. They are not willing, They are not willing to move. So guys, I don't know what you make of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.